Another consideration in the financing formula of purchasing a home is educating yourself and understanding the amount of points your lender will charge you to initiate your loan. And if you pay close attention to this, what you'll notice is that there's a game being played with you. Hi, I'm Landon Maxfield with the Maxfield & Associates team at Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage. If you don't know the rules of the mortgage game, you can actually lose a lot. Sitting across from the desk of a loan officer while they throw obscure numbers at you can actually be pretty overwhelming. And frequently you'll hear phrases like, well, I can give you a loan at 4.75% with 1.5 points, or at 4.5% with 1 point. All the while you're thinking to yourself, I have no idea what the financial impact of this actually is going to be. And quite frankly, your lender does know. The less you know about what you're paying, the better it can be for them depending on the circumstance. So hopefully this little ballpark example will help you quickly determine the best points to interest rate for you. How many points should you pay, and what formula is the best for you? Here's a little help. If a mortgage lender is giving you several options of interest rates and points, you need to sort out the financial consequences so you don't lose money. Say, for example, you were considering 2 loans. Both are at $250,000 and both are for a 30-year term. In the first option, the loan being offered to you is at 5% interest with 0 points for originating the loan. With the second option, the loan offered to you is at 4.5%, but they want you to pay 2.5 points to originate the loan at a lower interest rate. What's the one factor that will help you determine which loan is better? Well, the answer to this question is actually based on how long you're going to keep the loan. So the first thing you need to determine really is how long you're going to be living in this house. The average homeowner doesn't generally spend 20 to 30 years in the same home anymore. Most homeowners tend to move multiple times during their lifetimes as their personal and financial needs do change. So, for example, let's say you plan to live in the home for 5 years. Here's the formula on how you would best determine which loan is going to work out for you. First, you need to calculate out the difference in monthly payments between each loan option. So it'll take a little bit of time. The second step is to determine what the difference would be annually. So you'll multiply that monthly difference by the number 12, representing 12 months. The third step would be to divide the total annual difference between the 2 loan options into the amount that you're considering paying to buy down the interest rate. So what happens is that this number actually tells you the break-even point at which the payback will occur if you buy down the interest rate. If this number is less than the time that you're planning on living in the home, you'll be better off paying the points and getting the lower rate. If this number is higher than what you plan to spend in the home, opt for the lower or no points option because you'll be spending money needlessly to buy down that interest rate. So let's go through a visual example on how to calculate out this specific scenario of a home that's being purchased at $250,000. Here you can see the 2 options that are being presented. And as previously mentioned, the first step is to calculate out the difference in monthly payments between each loan option. By subtracting the monthly payment option of number 2 from option number 1, we arrive at a difference of $107 a month. The second step is to determine what the difference would be annually. So by multiplying the monthly difference of $107 by 12 months, we arrive at a total annual difference of $1,284 a year. The third and final step will help us find out what the break-even point will be for this specific scenario. So we take the total cost for the 2.5 points for the origination fee, which is $6,250, and divide that amount by the total annual difference between the 2 loan options, which is $1,284. Our calculation shows us that the break-even point equals 4.86 years. So with this result, you would have to stay in this home for at least 4 years and 10 months to recoup the cost of buying the interest rate down with the upfront cost of 2.5 points. So if you know you're going to be living in the home for at least 5 years, your best bet obviously would be to select option number 2 and to go ahead and buy down that interest rate. If, however, you planned on keeping your home for only maybe 2 or 3 years, you'd be better off with option 1 because the overall savings in interest rate doesn't exceed the amount you would pay in points. However, keep in mind that this doesn't take into consideration the time value of money, which can alter some things as well. Hopefully, you're starting to see how important it is to understand financing options, as well as how important it is to understand what mortgage lenders are offering to you. For more information about financing strategies and how to save thousands of dollars on purchasing a home, reach out to us, the Maxfield & Associates team. We're your local real estate experts, and you can locate us at our website, servingutah.com, or just give us a call. Thanks.